And it looked like the WNBA has become the laughingstock of all sports, man, because the ticket prices are horrendous. This is a championship game, dog. The Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. And I'm telling you right now, this is probably going to be one of the lowest rated WNBA finals in a mighty long time.
After Game 2 of the WNBA finals, A'ja Wilson just had a full-on meltdown. And somehow, she's blaming Caitlin Clark for it.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. When are numbers not what the numbers are when you see them? Oh, sure feels like there might be some funny business going on. Is there a little nasty work going on behind the scenes? A little abracadabra bewitched action? Stephanie White knows this one. Yeah, she's conjuring up ratings for the Aces and the Mercury.
The finals are falling apart, tickets are dirt cheap, and fans are walking away in disbelief. But what really caused the collapse that's humiliating the WNBA? How did the league go from record-breaking hype to $6 finals tickets and empty seats? And why is Wilson pointing the finger at Clark instead of looking in the mirror?
Now, we know the controversy that led up to this game is pretty much attached to Caitlin's name. That is the Las Vegas Aces actually knocking off Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Well, Caitlin did not play, but we know the referees kind of had a hand in that, we should say, with kind of making sure the Las Vegas Aces was pushed to making it to the finals.
The truth is, this isn't just about one player losing her cool. It's a reflection of a league that's been lying to itself all season long. For months, the WNBA bragged about record-breaking viewership, historic growth, and a new era of women's basketball. But now that the spotlight's off Caitlin Clark, all that momentum has vanished. The WNBA Finals, supposedly the biggest event of the year, have turned into an embarrassment. The Las Vegas Aces home arena, a place that once packed in thousands for regular season games, couldn't even sell out for the finals. 2 straight games, half-empty stands, and ticket prices that looked more like fast food deals than championship seats.
It is officially Game 3 of the WNBA Finals, and news has broke that you can get into the game for tickets as low as $10. Yeah, no. Your speakers on your laptop or your phone are working perfectly fine. You heard me loud and clear. You can get into Game 3 of the WNBA Finals for $10. This is craziness. It costs more than an In-N-Out cheeseburger with an animal fry and a small lemonade. This is wild. The WNBA is being accused of posting fake ratings for Game 1. This is madness, y'all.
You could literally grab a finals ticket for $25, maybe even $6 if you didn't mind the upper level. Parking at some concerts costs more than that. Caitlin Clark's Nike t-shirt costs more than that. It's almost unbelievable. The same league that flooded headlines with record attendance and unprecedented fan engagement is now facing its lowest turnout in years. And A'ja Wilson's response? She's frustrated, embarrassed, and apparently blaming Clark and her fan base for the lack of energy. But that's where this story gets twisted, because the people Wilson is pointing fingers at are the same ones who built the WNBA's most successful season in history. When Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court, everything changed. Ticket sales skyrocketed. Merch sold out overnight. Opposing teams suddenly had sold-out arenas for the first time in years. ESPN couldn't get enough of her. The WNBA was finally in the national conversation. And yet, instead of embracing her, the league and many players acted like she was an outsider, an invader in their territory. The jealousy, the fouls, the constant digs on social media, and the commissioner's silence through it all. Fans noticed. They felt it. So now that the finals have arrived and Clark's not there, the energy's gone, the excitement's gone, the seats are empty, and the fans who once filled arenas have tuned out completely. That's not on Caitlin Clark. That's on the league that refused to protect and celebrate its biggest star. Even the broadcast can't hide it. You can see rows of empty seats behind the commentators. You can hear the awkward silence between plays. The finals feel less like a championship showdown and more like a scrimmage at a high school gym. And for a league that spent all season screaming about growth, that's a brutal reality check. It's not like the numbers are hiding. Earlier this year, when Clark's Indiana Fever played the Aces, those exact same seats went for hundreds, even thousands of dollars courtside. Now, in the finals, those same spots are going for under $500, and even then, they're struggling to sell. Fans on social media are roasting the league, posting screenshots of ticket maps covered in empty blue dots.
This was posted here on Legion Hoops. You can watch Game 3 of the WNBA Finals for just $10 tonight. That's cheaper than ESPN's subscription to stream the game at home. You could spend more. You spend more money streaming the game at home than you do going and actually seeing it in person. This is wild. This is wild.
One viral comment said, "You can buy a finals ticket for the price of a Big Mac combo." Another joked, "The silence in the arena is louder than the ref's whistle." It's comedy, but it's also tragedy, because deep down, everyone knows why it's happening. The so-called growth of the WNBA wasn't organic. It wasn't because of new marketing or better storytelling. It was the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. She was the reason casual fans tuned in, the reason sponsors cared, and the reason the league mattered again. She brought the spark that every sport needs, a generational star with crossover appeal. And instead of protecting her, the league treated her like a problem to contain. And that's the real reason this finals feels so lifeless. It's not about Vegas fans or ticket prices. It's about a league that alienated the very audience that made it relevant. You can't spend months mocking Clark's supporters and then expect them to show up for a finals she's not even playing in. Fans don't forget. They saw her get targeted game after game. They saw her get knocked down with no foul calls. They saw veteran players mock her competitiveness instead of respecting it. Meanwhile, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is still out here smiling through press conferences, claiming this is the strongest position the league's ever been in. Really? Because if that's true, why does it cost less to watch your championship than it does to bowl 3 games at the MGM Grand? The optics are humiliating. Even players are starting to speak up. Names like Sophie Cunningham and Nafisa Collier have hinted at the disconnect between the locker room and leadership. The system is broken, and Asia Wilson's meltdown isn't just a personal moment of frustration. It's the symptom of something much deeper, a league that refuses to face its own failures. The WNBA thought the Caitlin Clark wave would last forever. They thought her momentum would carry through the postseason, even without her. But fans don't stick around for hype. They stick around for connection. And the league severed that connection the moment it decided Clark was too polarizing, too privileged, or too different to represent them. Now, they're paying for it. And that brings us back to Wilson. She's the reigning MVP, one of the most dominant players in the world, but her finals are being overshadowed by a crisis her own league created. Instead of celebrating her team's wins, she's defending a product that's collapsing under its own spin. Fans don't care about press releases. They care about authenticity. And right now, the only thing that feels real is Caitlin Clark, even when she's not playing. So here's the brutal truth. The WNBA built its season on Clark's back, then pushed her to the sidelines. Now the whole thing is falling apart. You can't demand bigger TV deals and higher salaries when your finals look like a clearance sale. You can't brag about growth when fans are staying home. What's happening right now isn't just bad optics. It's a warning. Fans came for Caitlin Clark, not for corporate slogans. They came for energy, not excuses. They came for passion, not politics. And until the WNBA starts listening, this so-called new era is going to collapse faster than those ticket prices. The finals were supposed to be the league's moment to shine, proof that women's basketball had arrived. Instead, it's proof of how fragile that success really is. The excitement, the noise, the movement, all of it depended on one player. And now that she's gone, the lights are dimming. So maybe A'ja Wilson should stop blaming Caitlin Clark and start asking what happens to the WNBA when she's the only one left to blame. If you're still watching, drop Team Clark in the comments.
I have to congratulate Iowa on an incredible season. Awesome, awesome. And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. She carried a heavy load for our sport, and it just is not going to stop here on the collegiate tour. But when she is the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, she's gonna lift that league up as well. So Caitlin Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, and we appreciate you.
Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she shattered it. From college records to league-changing moments, she's delivered 7 jaw-dropping performances that left fans, players, and even legends speechless. These weren't just games, they were shocks to the system. So today, we're climbing the 7 levels of pure shock. The exact moments when Caitlin Clark made everyone say, "She did what?"
She did! She did it! She's the one you want!
It all started before she ever played a WNBA game. The first level of shock was her college finale, when she dropped 41 points against South Carolina in the NCAA tournament.
Here we go. Sonato and Saxton to jump it up. And we are underway. Here's Clark working around Fletcher. Caitlin Clark has Iowa on the board first.
That game didn't just end a season, it announced the start of an era. Clark's mix of range, vision, and swagger felt like something basketball hadn't seen before. Even South Carolina coach Dawn Staley, who'd faced every type of superstar, couldn't help but admit it. Caitlin was different.
The clip that she scores, and she's not done yet. Like, she's probably got, I don't know, 15 more games left in the season, and to do it probably 30, 40 points a clip. I mean, what we're witnessing is something quite incredible. I think she's going to go down in the history books as, probably arguably the best player to grace our collegiate sports.
That night, millions of people tuned in and saw what the WNBA was about to inherit. It wasn't hype anymore. It was destiny. Then came level 2, the Logo 3 that announced her arrival to the pros.
6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3! Oop, that is! It knocks that one down, and it's a big one.
First week in the WNBA-packed arena. The fever down late in the shot clock, and Clark pulled up from nearly half court, swish. The crowd exploded. Commentators froze mid-sentence. In that instant, it felt like Steph Curry had just joined the WNBA. The same veterans who said she'd need time to adjust to reality, like Diana Taurasi, now had to accept a new one.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
The rookie didn't just survive her debut. She changed how people watched women's basketball. Level 3 was when she proved she wasn't just a scorer.
Through the lane, feeds Howard. Another assist for Clark. That's 13.
Critics said her shooting was flashy, but she couldn't run an offense. Then, she dropped 13 assists in one night, slicing defenses apart like she'd been in the league for years. No-look passes, backdoor feeds, cross-court lasers. Every possession looked like art. Fans compared her to Sue Bird, the greatest floor general the WNBA ever had. Except this time, it wasn't a veteran. It was a rookie controlling the game like a master conductor. That night, Caitlin Clark didn't just belong, she was leading. Level 4 took things off the court the night she filled the arena.
Greetings from Cambridge Fieldhouse.
Crowd jammed outside.
Caitlin pulls left wing, the right wing, 30-plus feet. Logo crosses over, launch it. Oh my goodness! She is back!
Attendance for Fever games tripled. When Indiana played away, ticket prices soared. Entire arenas sold out just to see her warm up. And when those fans showed up, they stayed for the rest of the league. Even WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert couldn't deny it. Caitlin Clark wasn't just changing basketball, she was saving its business model. Opposing players might have rolled their eyes at the attention, but they were cashing bigger checks because of her. Every camera, every headline, every sold-out seat, all connected to Caitlin Clark. But not everyone was happy about it. Level 5 was the hit that backfired. The infamous body check from Chennedy Carter during the Fever versus.
Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from Boston as the officials are going to take a look at what just transpired between Carter and Clark.
Sky Game became the defining moment of the season. It wasn't a basketball play, it was a message. Clark crashed to the floor, the crowd gasped, and social media exploded. Instead of humbling her, it made her even bigger. ESPN led with the clip for days. The incident drew in casual fans who didn't even watch the WNBA before.
Fever games? Are you kidding me?
The same player veterans said needed to earn respect had already earned her place in the record books. Every stat became a statement. Caitlin Clark was the standard now. Then came Level 7, the revenge game that changed everything.
First in the league in fast break points.
Clark, cut it!
Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. The rematch the world had been waiting for since their viral NCAA showdown. From the opening tip, Clark looked locked in. Step-back threes, bullet passes. Every shot seemed personal. The arena felt electric. Every bucket louder than the last. She torched Chicago with her season-high performance, silencing every critic who said she couldn't handle the pressure. By the time the final buzzer sounded, even Reese couldn't hide her respect. This wasn't just payback, it was dominance. From college dominance to professional chaos, Caitlin Clark has shocked the WNBA 7 different times, and she's only a rookie. Each level wasn't just about points or records, it was about power. She didn't bend to the league's rules, she forced the league to evolve around her. The veterans who once doubted her now share highlight reels with her. The fans who came for controversy now stay for her greatness. The league that tried to test her ended up being transformed by her. The truth is, every moment, every viral clip, and every rivalry has built the same story. Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's a movement. And this movement is only getting louder. Because every time the world says she's gone too far, she finds a new way to shock them all over again. If you're still watching, drop Clark Shock Level 7 in the comments. Which of these moments made you say, she did what? Hit like, subscribe, and get ready, because the next level of Caitlin Clark might be her biggest one yet.
I've been saying it for years. I keep telling everybody she's the Steph Curry of women's basketball, college or pro. She is a superstar.
Up in time, Clark for the win! Yeah!
She put women's basketball on the international map. She shot jump shots from the logo. She went Steph Curry on women's college basketball.
She going for history!
From snide comments to full-blown rivalries, Caitlin Clark has faced more hate in one rookie season than most players see in a lifetime. But what if we told you there are 7 distinct levels to it, each one more ruthless than the last? This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about envy, power, and what happens when one player threatens to change an entire league. Because every shove, every quote, and every headline tells the same story. how Caitlin Clark became the most talked about, loved, and hated player in women's basketball. Level 1, the casual doubters.
Your only argument for Caitlin is that it would have been a great marketing opportunity and you don't have basketball experience or chemistry with the group listed in your reasoning. I don't want to hear it.
Stephen A., I could actually argue that it hurts the game more if they had given her a roster spot over someone more deserving. Because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their intention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out there.
Before she even played her first WNBA game, critics said her college game wouldn't translate. Pundits claimed her long-range threes would be useless against faster defenders and stronger players. When Clark debuted with the Indiana Fever in May 2024, social media was flooded with comments like, "She'll get humbled quick." But just weeks later, Clark shattered those expectations, becoming the fastest rookie in WNBA history to reach 200 assists and 300 points. The casual doubters didn't hate her because of who she was. They hated how fast she proved them wrong. Level 2, the eye rollers.
Levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it. Of course. And then you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
Then came the veterans who didn't openly attack her, but made sure to downplay her rise. Players like Diana Taurasi warned that the reality of the WNBA would hit her hard. Others echoed that Clark needed to earn respect first. Even broadcasters threw shade, saying she was getting too much attention too soon. What these comments really revealed was discomfort. Clark wasn't just bringing eyes to the league, she was rewriting its hierarchy overnight. Every highlight, every sold-out arena, every ESPN headline reminded the veterans that the WNBA now revolved around a rookie. Level 3, the gatekeepers.
This isn't just for Caitlin, but you asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay. Now we enter the realm of direct hostility. Cheryl Swoops, one of the league's original icons, became the face of this level when she claimed that Clark's stats were inaccurate and that she was being protected by the refs. Her comments ignited a firestorm. Fans accused Swoops of jealousy. Even ESPN hosts like Stephen A. Smith stepped in, calling out the hypocrisy, saying Clark's fame wasn't handed to her, it was earned through performance. Swoops later walked back her remarks, but by then, the damage was done. A clear line had been drawn, the old guard versus the new era. Level 4, the enforcers.
Here's Clark, for 29 points, gets tripped up.
This is where the hate turned physical. During a Fever versus Chicago Sky game in June 2024, Chennedy Carter delivered one of the most infamous hits of the season, a blindside body check that sent Clark crashing to the floor. It wasn't a basketball play, it was a statement.
Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter, it happened prior to the inbound. So then anybody can shoot the free throw.
Carter doubled down afterward, refusing to apologize. Her teammate, Dejonai Carrington, mocked Clark online, tweeting, "Beside every flop is a camera." Fans and analysts exploded, with ESPN and social media accusing the WNBA of allowing targeted aggression. The Fever's coach, Stephanie White, called it unacceptable, while other players quietly admitted that Clark was being treated differently. This level was pure intimidation, trying to humble her through pain. Level 5, the rival queens.
People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Enter Angel Reese, Clark's most famous rival. Their rivalry began in college when Reese taunted Clark in the 2023 NCAA championship, a gesture that instantly went viral. Fast forward to the WNBA and every Fever versus. Sky Game became must-watch TV. Reese and Clark embodied opposite energies. Clark, the quiet assassin. Reese, the vocal powerhouse. Reese's post-game interviews added fuel with lines like, "I'm living rent-free."
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my, I don't even know my salary. 74? Okay. Times.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah. I don't even know my salary. Does it? Let me see. You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means. It's like.
Yet behind the theatrics was real competition. Reese fought to prove that her dominance wasn't overshadowed by Clark's fame. Their rivalry pulled record-breaking TV ratings, proving that even hate can drive the league's growth. Level 6, the power players.
You've only played 540 minutes of basketball, and of those 540, 74 have been against Caitlin. You only got 2 flagrants, and they happen to be against Caitlin. I don't think it's coincidence.
Now the hate shifts from individuals to institutions. Throughout Clark's rookie season, referees faced scrutiny for inconsistent officiating. Data showed that Clark absorbed more flagrant fouls than any other rookie, but rarely received calls in her favor. Even Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, faced criticism for using Clark for publicity while failing to protect her. When Clark was left off the Team USA roster for the 2024 Olympics, it sparked national outrage.
Some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about the guards? Let's talk about the guards that did make it. Talk about the guards that did make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that within the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics. That's a completely different argument.
Look at that point. Look at how she played up until that point. Tracy Gray had only played 1 game before she went to the Olympics. She was outplaying Diana Taurasi. Was she outplaying Diana Taurasi at that point in time that she was on the team? It's a simple yes or a simple no.
Was Caitlin outplaying Diana Taurasi? But you can't just factor in current play, Shannon. That's all I'm saying. You can't factor in.
Many saw it as the establishment's quiet resistance, a message that fame doesn't buy access to power. Clark stayed silent, saying only, "I'll be cheering them on." But her absence spoke volumes. The league's biggest star was watching from home. Level 7, the Alpha Challenger. Finally, we reached the top. Aja Wilson, the reigning MVP, the face of the Las Vegas Aces, and the symbol of the WNBA's old guard. Wilson's comments about privilege and spotlight during Clark's rise stirred debate. She never mentioned Clark by name, but everyone knew who she meant.
She had this to say about Caitlin Clark, who makes her debut tonight. She said this: Aja Wilson thinks that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white. I think it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people say it's not about black and white, but to me, it is. It's really because you can be the top notch at what you do as a black woman, but maybe there's something that people don't want to see, Wilson said to the Associated Press.
When the Fever faced the Aces, Wilson dominated, yet cameras still focused on Clark. That imbalance fueled resentment. Wilson represents the one figure Clark has yet to surpass, the standard of greatness she threatens to replace. But here's the twist. Their rivalry isn't built on hate alone. It's about legacy. Wilson wants to prove her era isn't over. Clark wants to show hers has begun. And that's what makes level 7 the most powerful form of hate. Respect disguised as resistance. From casual doubt to calculated rivalry, Caitlin Clark's journey through these 7 levels of hate reveals something bigger than basketball. Every shove, every comment, and every snub has built her legend piece by piece. She's been labeled overrated, targeted on the court, mocked by peers, and left out of the biggest stage in the world. But every time she's answered with performance, breaking rookie scoring records, hitting logo threes, and filling arenas that used to be half empty. This hate didn't break her, it branded her. Because the truth is, Caitlin Clark didn't just survive the hate, she used it. Every foul turned into a headline, every rivalry became a ratings boost, every critic turned into a stepping stone. And now, as her story keeps unfolding, one question remains. If this is what the league looks like when everyone hates Caitlin Clark, imagine what happens when they have to respect her. If you're still watching, drop Clark Level 7 in the comments. And tell us, which level of hate do you think went too far? Hit subscribe for more deep dives into the drama, rivalries, and power plays shaping the WNBA.